Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're having a look on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Game released somewhere end of 2013 if I remember correctly. But what if you would start it today in 2021? How does it all work? Is it still worth it? First of all, it is, because unlike other games where you have like sequels and other follows up and whatnot, this game stays what it is, and that means it will be Euro Truck Simulator 2 and not 3 and 4 and 7 and whatever. No, in this game they make Euro Truck 2 and then every year they do map expansions. So let's assume we are completely new in this, which we are not. First of all, recently, not so long ago, half a year ago or something, I bought a wheel, so I am playing with a wheel now. The second option is probably the keyboard. I have been playing this game quite a long time with a keyboard. It's not so interesting with a controller. It's probably the least option for this game. Even with the keyboard, taking turns and so you constantly have to correct, but you can drive it. For the wheel, what are we using? Yeah, that is probably depending on your own settings, but I know Craftmaster, who has 7,000 hours in this game, he uses I think 880 degrees. I like round numbers, so I put it on 900 degrees. Works just fine, but that is depending on what you use. 900 degrees, feedback 85%, something like that. That all works fine. That is what I have on the wheel. Now, if you would buy this game today, you're gonna have to go to Steam, and there you can buy it. At this moment in time, it's a very interesting period to buy it because of the new DLC that has been released a couple of days ago. What they usually do when that happens, the same goes with summer sales or Christmas sales or something in that order. It very often goes off price, and quite a bit, not just like 10% or so, no, 75% off. If you go to Steam and you look Euro Truck Simulator 2, the thing normally costs $19.99 for the base game. That is the first thing that you have with this game. It's not that expensive on itself, but yet then you can make it as cheap or expensive as you want yourself. At the moment it is 75% off. Now that will probably last for a couple more days. That has to do with the new DLC that came out a couple of days ago, and also probably some Steam sales which are going on. I don't know. If you want to pick up this game, this is the moment. You can pick it up for €5 or $5 or for $5 at the moment. But then you have the base game. What is the base game? Pretty much means the base map. And that is Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, UK, Switzerland, Austria, a couple of cities northeast of France, a couple of cities in the north of Italy, and then a couple of cities west side of Poland, Czech Republic, and so on. That's how the game released in 2013. Meanwhile, Germany has been completely overhauled, brought back more up to date. That is something you don't have to pay for. Once or twice a year there is some free patch which will update the game's status a little bit to improve it a bit. That is number one. Now, then you have the game, and then you can say like, okay, but you talk about map expansions, what is going on with that? Well, in 2013 they released Going East a little bit later, somewhere in 2014 I'm assuming, which added the rest of the cities of Poland, Czech Republic, and Slovakia, and they also added Hungary to the map. You can pick that up at the moment for $2.99. I would not do that, and I will tell you in a second why. And the same goes for the other years. 2015, they did Scandinavia, adding Denmark to the map and the south of Norway and Sweden. We had a few cities in the north and east of France. In 2016, they gave us 23 more cities in France in the Vive la France DLC. You can hear the year. I mentioned the years because it's yearly expansions. Yearly we get a new map. 2017 we get Italia, the same story. We had 3 or 4 cities in the north on the original map. They gave us the rest of Italy. All these DLCs are now about 70% off. You can pick them up for $5.39, but you can also buy a map booster pack. We'll talk to that. Where we were 2017. 2018 is Beyond the Baltic Sea. That added Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and the south of Finland. And in 2019, it was Road to the Black Sea. Added Romania, Bulgaria, and the European part of Turkey. And then in 2020, Iberia. Added Spain and Portugal. Because of COVID and other reasons, it gets postponed a little bit, because normally these yearly map expansions, they come out every year in December. Get postponed a little bit. The result of that is that Iberia, December 2020, normally came out a couple of days ago. What you can also already found on Steam is The Heart of Russia, and that is the 2021 map expansion on which they are working. Presumably that thing will be released at the end of the year in December. Those are the map expansions. So yeah, if you want to get up to date with the game, you can buy the game for about $5. You can buy Iberia, which is the latest expansion. That of course you're going to have to pay full price, which is $17.99. So then we are about $23 now. And then you can, instead of buying all these map expansions separately, you can buy the map booster for €28.50. If you click on map booster, there you go. 2014 going east, 2015 Scandinavia, 2016 Vive la France, 2017 Italia, 2018 Beyond the Baltic Sea, and 2019 Road to the Black Sea. All 6 of them are in here. So you can buy that map booster pack for $28.50. You can buy the game itself for $5. That's $33. And then the latest one, which is not in the map booster pack, obviously, you can buy Iberia for €18. So for about $51, you have everything which has been released when it comes to map expansions. All the rest, you can make it as expensive as you want, or keep it as cheap as you want. That is all up to you. There are 1,001, if you scroll down here, there are 1,001 DLCs. Most of them are paint jobs, trailer packs, wheel tuning packs, Michelin, Goodyear, tuning packs for the specific trucks. You have Mighty Griffin, which is for Scanias. You have the FH tuning pack, which is for Volvos. You have the Actros pack, I think, which is for the Mercedeses. You have some other packs which give you heavy cargo, high power cargo packs, in other words. Yeah, you can pick them up for 50 cents, 99 cents, €1.49. Whatever you want, you can just select it, add it, and then you can start playing. It's up to you. As you can see, library. I have quite a few of them. We will check in game what I have exactly. Usually when there is a promotion, you buy the new map expansion every year, and then you look around, what have they brought this year, and you see if there is something that you want, and you add it to your list, and you just buy it more or less. What you also want to do is go to worldoftrucks.com and you sign up there. You can do that. You can first create your character, and when you have created your character, you can do this from in-game. You can come from in-game, you can go to this World of Truck page, and if you create an account there, you just sign in, and then you can go to My Page, and there in My Page you can make some changes. You can do profile customization, and there you go. You can create your own license plate. That license plate will be important into the game. So in my case, I have a Belgian license plate that will be on my truck in game. If I put it in here, you can fill in your country here. You can fill in your license plate. You can do it for Euro Truck. You can also do it for American Truck, which is the sister game. more or less. You can give in your country, you can load your own profile, you can select a profile picture if you want. I have just used my RMD thing here, which also you will find in a game. That is what you do on worldoftrucks.com. Next to that, there are 1001 mods. This game supports mod. It has a mod manager in the game. That's up to you. I would not mess too much with it, given the fact that most of these mods are designed by other people, and very often they conflict with each other or stuff like that. Or you need to put them in a certain order for them to work properly. I have one mod available, and that is the Pro mods. Let me see if I can find that. It's promods.net, or you can just Google for it, and then you come here and you can download this for Euro Truck, for American Truck. You can do add-on on the Middle East. You can find maps for the whole world, more or less. That's sort of the theory, and then you start up. What you also have, forgot about that, is Truckers MP. TruckersMP.com, that is the multiplayer. It's also a mod because the game does not have an official multiplayer, but this is a good thing as well. The difference between the single player and the multiplayer: in single player you have traffic, you do whatever you want. In multiplayer you don't have traffic. The only traffic on the road is other players, but there are many thousand people playing, so you will always find people on the road. The problem with the Truckers MP being a mod is that it's not always up to date, like it is now. A couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago I think, we had patched 1.40. This thing is not updated yet, and now we have the Iberia DLC, which they also have to implement. So yeah, it's going to take a couple of days or weeks before this thing updates. If you want to play multiplayer, you're going to have to roll back to a lower version. You can always see supported 1.39.4. That's it. So yeah, if you want to play the recent game with the recent patch and the recent DLC, you will not be able to do it in multiplayer at the moment because it's not updated. But I'm just giving the info. There is a multiplayer out there. It's called Truckers MP. You just have to link your single player profile to it, and you can play there as well. Different servers, even the Pro mods that I mentioned before has a own server there. So if you have that mod with the Pro mods map, then you can also play on a server in the multiplayer. And then we start up. Let's have a look. So yeah, if you're interested in it, even if you just want to test it out, you can pick up the base game, the base map, for about $5. Yeah, that's a piece of cake. If you don't like it, then you lost $5. What is $5 nowadays? Not much, right? You come in here. You probably the first time you have to create your, but you already see it. You see my RMD tag here, which I have put in the World of Trucks. That is how it comes into the game here. You can manage your profiles. I don't know the recent numbers, but I think you can have up to 7 different drivers if you want. That might be sometime interesting. Like maybe you want to use one on the base map, and one if you have some mods, you want to use a profile with that mod. That is all possible, but obviously you have to start all over again. You have a mod manager. If you click on that, as you can see, I have the Pro mods, which are 7 little files, which I have to double click and activate them if I want to have that map in my game. But we're not going to do that now. We're just going to have a look on the if you have any other mods, you will find them in your mod manager, and then you can activate them or disactivate them, or put them in order, that kind of stuff. You can manage them over there. DLC, you can click on there to see what you have. I have the Belgian paint. I have all these tuning packs and all that kind of stuff, and of course also all the map expansion. You can see the blue dot. So also in game you can see all these DLCs that you have, and also all the ones that you don't have. If they are a gray dot, those are ones that you don't have. Mostly specific country paint jobs that I don't have, or some dragons and stuff like that. I was not really interested in it. You can find some of the main ones also here in game. You can always find them there. You can also buy them there probably by clicking on it and then buying them that way. You can go to options, and that is where it all starts. You have graphic settings. Obviously, I have the scaling on 200%, and then the rest. I can scroll over it here if you want. I'm using an i9 processor with an RTX 2080 Ti, so I have everything on high and ultra. Obviously, this being a 2013 game, that's not really a problem for most cards nowadays. Guten Tag, Max. So those are the graphic settings. Audio. Yeah, as you can see, there are quite some audio options. It's not like put the music down, put the music up. Not really. You have radio volume. As a streamer, that's not advisable nowadays, unfortunately. Normally, you could use online radio with all kind of channels from all different countries. We very often used Radio Frankfurt. Not that I'm from Germany, but there were not much talking on the radio. They were just playing music, and so. But yeah, now with Twitch being DMCA and on YouTube, you get right claims for music, and it's not advisable if you're streaming. If you're not streaming, of course, you can play the radio as much as you want. Other than that, 1001 options: trailer noise, truck noise, turbo noise. You can see the whole whatchamadoodle there. You can enable voice navigation if you want. Then not only do you have a map to see where you're driving, you also will be told by some voice, which you can select which language they speak, and that kind of. I don't think every language is supported, but some of them are though. Let me have a look. If I enable this, we have English, Spanish, French, Italian, Polish, Portuguese, and then some that I can't even read. Japanese, I'm assuming, Korean maybe, who knows. You can select a voice character. I have it on English, but I'm not using that because every turn she calls you go right, go left. It's a bit too much sometimes. Other than that, rumble stripes, backup beeper, window noise, that kind of stuff, you can all put it off or on. You can make this, as simulator as you can go. And that is just for the options for the graphics and the audio. When you boot up the game, it will load. Might take a while. It tells me I have some new cabin accessories and paint jobs. There was a community event where we had to do 20 transports ourselves within the new DLC, and there's also a community goal of 250 million kilometers that we have to do with the whole community. At the moment, I think we're on 160 or so. I did my personal stuff. I'm getting the rewards now. I redeemed them on also on World of Trucks. That's where you can have all that. Let me have a look on World of Trucks. You can click on here. On the left, you have all these websites that you can go to. Just click on it. It will open the browser in the game. We can have a look. 156 million kilometers we have done with the community in about 3-4 days. And this thing runs till May 11th. So I'm pretty sure we will reach the 250 million. We are already way over halfway. Community is a bit crazy when it comes to events like this. So immediately by clicking on World of Trucks, you go to that same website that I showed earlier. You can do everything here in game as well. We were having a look on the options, graphics, audio, all done, and then you have 1001 options in gameplay as well. Just go over them, I would say. Preferred job length, I have it on the shortest now. You can put it on the longest, then you get a bit more longer transports. Couple of 1,000 kilometers or so. Fatigue simulation, that means that you have to take a break every couple of transports. If you do a short one, you might be able to get away with doing 2 or so. If you do a longer transport, you're going to have to take 1 or 2 breaks. What does that mean? That means you're going to have to look for a parking spot, press enter, it will go asleep for a few seconds, and it will fast forward the in-game time 9 hours. Sort of like it is in real life. You need to take breaks. You can only drive a certain amount of hours, otherwise you're going to get fined. that is first steps. You're gonna get 2 or 3 fines, and then eventually your driver starts falling asleep. You get black screen for 2-3 seconds, and you have no idea where you are on the road anymore. So yeah, if you have fatigue simulation on, as I have, I would advise you to use it. And actually, when you need to take a break, it will tell you, look for the first parking spot that you come across and take that. Otherwise, your guy is gonna start falling asleep. Traffic offenses, that's when you drive to red lights, and so you can put that up if you want. You can make it as simulation as you want as well. Let's see, route advisor, speed limit, that shows the truck limit, because you get all kind of road signs on the road. Most of them are for cars, not necessarily for trucks. If it says 90 on the road, it's possible that in that country you can only do 70 or 80 with trucks. The GPS, if you put it on show truck limit, it will show you the limit of your truck in that country that you are. And other than that, yeah, you can see it, automatic parking dialog. You can align the map. I have it north locked, so my map is always showing the north. You can parking difficulty, you can make it easy by just driving on a company. You press enter and it will park the truck for you, or you can do it skilled or pro or whatever it's called. And then you have to do the parking yourself, which is a bit maneuvering, but yeah, that's what I like. Random road events, those are accidents, police, things, stuff like that. If you don't like that, put the slider all the way to the left. I have it all the way to the right. Rain probability, I have all the way to the left. We have seen enough rain in other games that I don't want to see rain in this game. Detours, that means that sometimes they close down a highway. And that means that you're going to have to drive around. I had it the other day. I was driving from Belgium to Germany. The highway was closed, which meant I had to go around over Holland, which obviously takes longer. Then you might be late, you get fined. If you don't like that, put the slider to the left. You can change everything in here. There are 1001 options. Trailer stability, truck stability, braking intensity. I have put it a bit lower and seen I'm on the wheel now. If you drive with the keyboard, you probably want to put that a bit higher, towards 80-90% even. Otherwise, your truck might not stop that much. Advanced trailer coupling, which means you have to be like more or less perfect under the trailer when you pick it up. If you don't have this selected, you just have to drive more or less under it, and it will prompt the thing to couple it. And yeah, other than that, you can go over it. Automatic retarder I have on. You can also do that manually if you want, but that of course means that you have to map buttons for it, and you already have enough buttons as it is, I can tell you that. Cruise control, you can set it, and then you can increase it or decrease it by 1 kilometer, by 5 kilometer. You fill that thing in over here in the things, and yeah, other than that, just go over it. You can see, you can find all the things, weight units, kilometers, for the speed, or miles an hour, or you can all find that here, more or less. And then you come to the keys and buttons. Yeah, let's just scroll over it. This is one reason why it's not advisable to play this. I'm just gonna scroll through it. There is no way you can map all that on a controller, not even on a wheel. So you're gonna have to make some choices. What do I have mapped on the wheel is camera, look left, look right, interior. So from my interior, when I come to a crossing, I can look left and I can look right. That I have mapped on my D-pad. I have the look front again, because once you look left, you want to go look front again. I have mapped on my button the lights, obviously, the engine start, the horn, the beacon, things like that I have mapped on my wheel. All the rest I also have mapped, like most people, on the keyboard, because yeah, even I am driving with a wheel, my keyboard is still fully mapped. Cruise control I also have on my wheel the reset button, but when I have to set the cruise control, I do it on my the first time. You only have to set it once a day, you know, you set your speed and that will be fine for the rest of the day. Other than that, you can press reset the cruise control, and that I have on my wheel. Other than that, yeah, you can go over it. Indicators, seeing I'm driving on automatic, I have the indicators on my shifters. Light modes, yeah, you have brakes. Obviously you have your brake pedal, but with a truck you also have a trailer brake, you have an engine brake. You can all map that if you want. You can also increase that, decrease that, make it stronger, make it lighter. This is something you will learn over time. You go in there, you do something goes wrong. Oh, I forgot to map that up. You go back in, and over time you eventually get buttons all over the place. I mainly on my wheel have mapped things that we often use, like the cruise control and blinkers, obviously, indicators. And then a couple of cameras which you often use, I have mapped on the wheel as well. You can all find it here. Controls. I have the steering sensitivity sort of in half for the wheel, non-linearity all the way to the left. Force feedback selected. You can 1001 sliders that you can adjust here for damping, for terrain, for engineering, for stiffness. Whatever you want, hey guys, whatever you want. You can put it as you want. Steering axis dead zone all the way to the left, acceleration dead zone all the way to the left. That's what I have. The only thing that I am looking for, I might actually map a button for the gears if I can find it here. Drive and reverse. The reverse is a bit annoying if you do not select this. It is a bit annoying because you stop your truck and then you have to reverse by pressing the brake. So the brake becomes your throttle if you, or you can select one button for drive and one button for reverse. Then it always goes for front if you just driving, and then when you need to park you can just press the reverse gear. That's an option if you don't have a shifter. I might actually do that, but I don't have a button at the moment available anymore, not on my wheel at least. And on my keyboard I've mapped so much that I don't know where it is, so for now I will just do it with the brake, but I will look into that a bit later. Map. This is the normal original map, more or less as I explained at the beginning of the video. I just can't get it to zoom out that much. Normally it zoomed out more, I thought. Well, maybe not. So original game is more or less over here. UK, Belgium, and all that kind of stuff. The Going East DLC. So what I have here now is the original game. $5 on Steam at the moment. The map booster pack, in a way. The 6 map expansions from the last couple of years. And then the latest one, which was Iberia, meaning Portugal and Spain. So this is the normal original map, no mods involved, nothing. This is just what it is now. And now they are working, I presume somewhere around here. Heart of Russia they are working on, so we're probably going to go around here next year. I also have that Pro Mods. If I activate that Pro Mods, then I have Ireland, I have Iceland, I have Cyprus, I have the north of Sweden and Norway. But yeah, the Pro Mods is, we had a few on Pro Mods, we had some around here, Barcelona area, we had that. That is now obviously, because of the new DLC of the game, it's completely overruled by the new DLC, because the new DLC for Spain and Portugal is bigger than what they had on Pro Mods. That's how it goes. If you had some trucks over there, yeah, you might lose your trucks, obviously, unless you were wise enough to move them to somewhere which was not DLC. That's what I did. I had some trucks in Barcelona or Valencia or whatever. I moved them to Toulouse. So yeah, and other than that, you have thousands of kilometers to drive, as you can see. That is sort of the original map. You also see on the bottom here the job market. You have quick jobs, you have freight market, you have cargo market, you have external contracts, and you have external market. What does that mean? That means when you start the game, you don't have a truck of your own, then you're going to have to do quick jobs, which means you get hired as a driver. Because you don't have your own truck, obviously, you cannot pick up trailers because you don't have anything to drive. So in the beginning, you're going to have to go to the market, you click on quick job, you just accept one of those jobs, you get placed in the truck on the company where you start, and you just drive to your destination, deliver the transport, you will get paid for driving, and you go back to the market menu and you select another one. Once you reach a level 2 or level 3, you will get a mail from the bank telling them, or they're telling you that you can loan 100,000 and you can buy your first truck if you want, or you can wait till you're level 5, I think it is. You get another mail from the bank, and then you can loan up to 500,000, which is more interested because then you can buy a garage, you can buy your first truck, customize it a little bit, you can buy a second truck, hire a driver, and already your company is going. That's the side effect of this. You also run your own company in a way. And then you do your transports. Once you have enough money, you can buy garages all over the place. Where do we have garages? Well, pretty much all over the place, as you can see. The first garage you sort of get for free. You get a 3-slot garage. You sort of, the first time you have to select a headquarters, in my case, Brussels. I put that, or you can do, if you're really new, you can do Luxembourg. Why Luxembourg? Because from the West European side, the fuel is the cheapest there. So you might want to select Luxembourg as your headquarters, maybe, no matter where you're from. But yeah, it's up to you. And it's also sort of a bit of the middle of the map, right? Because you only have one garage, you have to drive all over the place. Now I have all these orange dots here. These are all my garages. Pretty much every garage on the game I have. And not only a 3-slot, I have also expanded it to a 5-slot. The price for a garage is 180,000 euros. If you want to expand it, it's another 100,000 to expand it from a 3-slot to a 5-slot garage. And then you can put 5 trucks there if you want to. If I click on that, it will show you 5 slots, garage slots, and it will show you that I have 5 trucks there. A Volvo, a Mercedes, a Scania, an MAN, and a DAF. That already is 5 of the 7 brands in the game. We also have Renault and we have Iveco. That is also around. I have also those sitting somewhere. And here you manage this is your garage manager, you manage everything. You can have your truck manager, your driver manager. If I click on trucks, then you see all my trucks. On the map view, you can even see where they are. And table view, you get a list of what's going on, what is happening, where they are, in which garage you have stalled them in, that kind of stuff. And the same goes for trailers, in case you have trailers. Your drivers that you hire. If you buy a truck and a trailer, you want to have a driver driving around with that. That's how your company makes money. That's how I, for instance, on this driver have 640 million. This is no mod involved or anything. This is just me driving, and all the rest comes from my drivers. I get a few, every time I drive around for 2-3 hours, I get a few million coming in from my drivers. So once you are a bit further in the game, you will have a certain moment where you reach the 0 point, meaning you're not making any losses anymore. You will only make profit. Recruitment agency, that's where you go. By driving around, you will discover these things. Once you have one, it's factually good enough. Those were also in different cities. As you can see, in Spain, I still have to find a few, but you can get the question marks, so you know where they are. You just have to drive them. You can discover them by driving by them. The same goes for truck dealers. Same story. You probably want to have one of each available at least. DAF, Iveco, MAN, Mercedes, Renault, Scania and Volvo. So that you, if you want to drive one of those, that you can go and buy it otherwise. But it's all less important now because I can click on one and I can buy online. You can buy your trucks online, you can buy your garages online now. So in the beginning of the game you had to drive all over the place. And that's why when you start your profile, it will ask you for your favorite truck or something. And whatever it is that you select, that garage you will get for free. So you will have a garage to visit immediately from the moment that you start a garage. So from the moment you have your money in the bank, you can select that garage because even if you haven't been there, it will give you the garage. That's why your preferred truck, when you start up your profile, that's why they ask you what is your preferred truck. If you select Scania there, you will get a Scania garage. If you select Volvo, you will get a Volvo garage, and so on. And then other than that, it is driving time. Now, let me think about this. the name of the title is How to Start in 2022. So I guess we can start. You can manage your profiles. You go to your profile. This is my profile. I can say, nope, I don't want to use that. Let's start a new profile. To give you an idea how it works. RMD live. You can select your gender if you want. If you want to be a female, that's all fine. You can do that. You can select the picture if you want. Obviously, you get all kind of girls. If you select the guy, you're obviously gonna get all kind of guys. This is all not that interesting. If you would just want to use this, that's fine. But I will replace it anyway with my picture. So my profile picture, that is probably RMD. So it doesn't matter. Just can scroll through them, select the guy that you like or not like or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just select a guy. There we go. Preferred duck design. Now, why does that matter? That matters because when you do your quick job, it's very often is gonna put you in one of those trucks, or more often than in another brand. So let's have a look. We have the new Renault truck, for instance. Then it's gonna put you in that thing. I'm just gonna go for the Scania S. Company logo. Also here, you can sort of change that if you want. Company name is RD World. English. Create. Make sure you use the Steam Cloud, especially if you're intending to change computers or something, because otherwise your whole thing is gone. I had almost a problem. Luckily I had two computers. I still had my old computer, because when I bought this new one here, I forgot to put the Steam Cloud on, and so when I downloaded the game, it couldn't remember anything from me. So that was a bit of a problem. But luckily I could do it on my old computer. Log on that computer, click that use cloud, then go on the new computer, and then it remembered everything, and I had my driver. We go for steering wheel. Simple automatic, I think I have used. Yeah, and then you have to set that whole thing again for your new profile, which is kind of strange. I'm just selecting a new driver. We'll probably want to have that reversed here. The wheel seems to be fine. Let me have a look. I think it's normal you have to use. No, it's not normal. Inverted and centered. Not sure how it is. That's the throttle. And that's the brake. If you want to use your clutch. Now I press it, so I put it on inverted. If I press my throttle, I'll let it go. You can see it works, and the same for the brakes. There we go. Other than that, next. And we finish the wizard, and we start. Let's see what happens. You have to set your input, I think, but I don't think you need to set everything else. I think it remembers everything. Maybe you have to make some key changes, but it will remember your gameplay and so, I think. Now it's going to create your character. We will see how this goes. Now here we have it. We need to now select the city as our headquarters. Because yeah, obviously if you start a new game, you have nothing, right? So we'll go for Luxembourg. And you confirm your selection. We'll go through the tutorial just as a new player would. Welcome to Eurotruck. Yeah, you can get some music in the background if you want it. I don't hear anything here. That has to do with the fact that I have put that stuff off for streaming and video reasons. Dream job, driving a truck, blah blah blah. It will give you, I think, some small garage. It's gonna give you a very short transport, maybe from one company to another within one city. So that's the first thing you're gonna have to do. Deliver that thing. You will have all kind of things happening. I already know now that it works because I start the engine on my wheel and it starts up my truck. I selected the Scania as my preferred truck, and yeah, guess what? We're in the Scania that we have selected. On the left there, what you see, that is the wizard that you could skip that if you want, then you don't get, now you're gonna get all these instructions. Now, I have board computer mapped. You can move your camera with your mouse if you want, you can zoom in. Board computer is mapped, you can change whatever you want. I put my fuel there usually. And you also have navigation there on the right. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I usually set it. That sort of gives me a global overview of that mini map because it's pretty small. So what we're going to do is we're going to press F3 2 times, and that will give you some sort of GPS map on your little thing there on the corner. Mirrors, you press F2. You have a left mirror, a right mirror. Press F2 again. You see both of them gone, both of them there, only one. We use the only the right one most of the time. If you press F4, you get this screen. It will adjust your lights, your mirrors. So what you want to do is, if you just lights, if you put some extra lights on the front or on the roof in customization, then you can select these two. Your dashboard light, if you want more light or less light in the dashboard, you can change that here as well. That is light adjustments. Mirrors is something you probably don't want to do immediately. First do the seat. Seat options. Driving a Scania, I usually have it on 86 or something, I think. You can move the seat forward or backwards. You can move the seat upwards or downwards. You can move your head upwards. You can move your position of your guy left or right. And you can also make him look left or right a bit more. So yeah, you're gonna have to play around with that a bit to find the position that you like. Steering wheel. You can put it away from you, you can put it up or down a bit. You can make it come back to you a bit more. It's all what you want. You're gonna have to mess around with that a little bit to find the position that you like. And once you have done that, once you think like, okay, this seems to be okay for my position, then you can adjust your mirrors. That is, oh yeah, if you go to the tutorial, because now my tutorial is blocking me. So it wants me to drive forward a few meters and stop. And it's going to tell you about interior cameras and all that kind of stuff. wants you to switch to chasing camera, which I have here. And it wants you to shift to other cameras. Yeah, you have all kind of cameras. You can all press them a few times and then he's probably happy. And then you press enter. There we go. Then you press F1. This is your break. If you want to take a pause, fine, just press F1, the game will pause. For 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for an hour, whatever you want, no problem. If you want, you can pause, for instance, and then you can look on the map if you want to. But click continue. Now it's going to go over your menu here, which is F5 for the map, F6 to see what job you are doing, F7 for repairs, F8 is your message center in case you get mails or something. We just press it on F5, F6, F7, F8, there you go. And we continue. Yeah, now it's going to go over it again separately. He wants you to press F5, he wants you to press F7. That shows you the damage in case you have damage. Close the tutorial. We're good to go now. So we unpause it. Follow the navigation towards your destination and now you have to drive there. Now you can press F4 again and adjust your mirrors on the position that you have it. Left mirror is that one, the big one. Right mirror. There we go. And then you have the small right there, which is your sort of your dead zone mirror. If there's a car right next to you, then you probably have to look in that mirror. Front mirror is over there if you have one, and the side mirror is over there if you have one. And then you're sort of good to go. Let's see if all my buttons work. Look left, interior. Look right, interior. Look front. Those are the buttons that I have mapped. And I also use this camera mapped on the wheel as well for parking jobs. The horn, I have mapped the air horn. It's not working now because I don't have anything on my roof. It's like if you put some extra horns on the roof, you can have you have 1001 options. But the rest seems to be working, so you just have to select your wheel as your primary. I already see that camera on the right there, because that camera position from your mirrors, that reflects on the one on the right there. So I see it's not good enough. So we're going to adjust that right mirror. Going to put it more to the right. And then see what it does. That's better. Now it's a bit too much probably. So yeah, you're going to have to play around a bit with that in the beginning. That's better. So that you see, like in that right mirror there, that you have that you see at least some of your truck. You put the map on F5. Press it a few times to get closer views. This is the closest you're gonna get. We usually put it on 2 on that map. And up we go. This is a very short trip. This is just to get you acquainted. Like I already know now, this thing doesn't stop. So you go escape, you click on options, gameplay, scroll a bit lower, increase your brake intensity a little bit. It's obviously, they give you some weird truck probably. Look left, off we go. Now here you can look right to see the light, or you can say like, no, I just use the exterior camera so that you can see if it's green or not. We just have to deliver there on that company. It's a really short tutorial trip, and then it will show you your first garage. I don't know what it's gonna do with the parking. You get the tutorial there on the left, approaching the entrance. If you have it on simplified parking, you can just drive in this green symbol here. You press enter, and then it will give you the option to park, which we're not gonna do. Yeah, now he wants me to adjust the map, which I'm not gonna do. We'll see how it works. If it doesn't have it on parked, I think it doesn't have it on parking skills, so it probably wants me to drive into that thing. It's just gonna park it for me, I think. I might have to go to these options. So you drive into that, and it's gonna give you the options. You can just skip it, it will park it for you. You can let's play it safe, then you get some safe parking thing, which gives you 15 XP, or you can say like, no, give me whatever you have available. You confirm that, and now we have to park it. But yeah, that is why I always skip these tutorial things. Because now that thing is blocking my mirror. Hopefully we get around. And then you will see where your where it wants you. It's marked, there it is. So now we're gonna have to squeeze that thing in there. In the beginning, yeah, you might maybe go for a safe parking. It puts you next to that building or so. It wants you to put the trailer. It's like an easier parking job in a way. Because yeah, it's you need to be a bit of maneuvering, especially with a truck. Because yeah, you have to steer in the opposite side then when that, because you want to push that trailer in basically. But you can drive it as slow as you want, right? So, and if you're not sure, you go forward again and downward and stuff like that. And just let it roll if you want. This is where it gets a bit annoying if you don't have a reverse gear selected. Now I need to adjust it with the brake. That the brake is my throttle in a way, which is not that convenient. Not the best parking job around. You want to get those wheels, you want to get it green basically. Could be fine, maybe not, if not weird. Oh, there we go. Never mind. You press T to unload it, it will detach it, and your first job is done. There you go. Excellent. You will get some XP. Not that much though, seeing it was a very short trip, but yeah, it still fills up half your bar from level 0 to level 1. Newbie. And now we'll see what happens. I think you get a garage now or something. Your headquarters, more or less. There we go. Looks like crazy. Oh, it's only a 1 slot. Good luck. There we go. Now, here is where you can link your profile to going to World of Trucks, and then you reboot the game, and then you can it will use your license plate, your profile, and so on, picture. If you want to do that, that's all fine. You can do it later as well if yours. It's still going through this tutorial. It's gonna show you everything that you need to do in case you want to do some transport, you're obviously going to have to go to the market because you don't have a truck. So you're going to get hired as a driver. And you cannot select anything because you haven't seen anything except for your headquarters, which is Luxembourg. Cologne is the shortest trip that I can find. You can go to Liège, Reims. Yeah, as you can see, we cannot go that far. And that is because of skill points. You have to earn some skill points. Every time you level up, you get a skill point, and then you can put it on certain area. Let's see, where are we going? Yeah, we can do maybe Cologne. Now it's gonna put you in a Mercedes. If you don't want to drive Mercedes, you drive something else. Iveco, okay. Let's take this one. So you're gonna have to drive a few times as a hired driver till you get enough level. Here, of course, yeah, you drive this thing. You have that same thing again. In the beginning, you're gonna have to mess around with cameras and seats and mirrors because they always put you in a different truck. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem, obviously. Let's just drive it like this. We'll see how it goes. We're driving from Luxembourg to Cologne now. Don't see much, but hey. That's why we have cameras. 8-9 different cameras you can use, I think. You have the interior cam, you have the camera to look left, to look right, look front. You can have sort of leaning through the window. You have cameras from behind, on the roof, on the bumper, sort of on the side. Yeah, it's not advisable to drive like this. And then, of course, other than that, yeah, you have to deal with traffic rules. And work your way up in the truckers world. That's more or less what we're doing here. When it comes to multiplayer, as I mentioned before, that's a mod, Truckers MP. I don't know if it's still the case, but in the past you needed to be level 5 before you could go to Truckers MP. But I don't know, yeah, things change over time sometimes. I do not know if it's still a requirement. Level 5 is not that much though. You do a couple of transports, you are level 5. That's why it's also to wait, advisable to wait till level 5. Before you do anything else. Also for the bank, I would advise you to not accept that first. Well, you can read the first mail from the bank, but do not accept it. Don't go to the bank and loan 100,000. You can't do anything with you. You maybe, if you're lucky, you can go to MAN or Volvo garage. You might be able to buy a truck, but it's gonna be like the pure base stuff. You don't want to do that. Just wait till you get a second mail from the bank. Loan 500,000 or 300,000 or something like that. They will increase your limit to 500,000. Then you can buy something decent and make some adjustments, all depending on whatever it is that you have. You can get some base adjustments. If you have, like in my case, if I go to Scania, I have the Mighty Griffin pack, so I get like 1001 options to put on that truck. If you don't have that pack, you will get a few less, but you always get some horns, some lights that you can put on the truck, some roof bars. Other than that, you need to work your way up. The most important level is probably 36. Because that will give you all your skill points. Your every time you level up, you get a skill point. And there are 6 categories, and you can put 6 points on each of them. So once you are level 36, you have every skill point available. So then you can do the longest trips available. You can do dangerous goods, you can do fragile goods, you can do special stuff, you can do every sort of transport, which also gives you more jobs, obviously, in the market. Like here now, yeah, as you can see, the truck limit is 60. That tells you on your GPS. That's what we have selected there. So yeah, you can only drive 60. If the police car comes by, you might already get fined. And we started with like, I don't know, 2,000 something? 2,000 euros in our account. There are some mods available where things are not that expensive. Money mods in a way. Then you buy your garage for 180 euros instead of 180,000 or stuff like that. That's a way to level up faster, I guess, but if you want to drive it properly, just go with the flow, you know. As for the cruise control, like now we can do 60 here. On this road, you can get away by putting it on 64, I believe. So you have like a 4 km/h allowance. So if I do 46, I put my cruise control on, I pass a speed camera or a police car, it will not find me. If you go 65, it will find you, or the camera will go off. So let's see, let's put it on 64. If I can get to 64 with this thing. It's a bit uphill though. Let's see if it works. Might have to go through over the gameplay after this trip, because it's definitely doing a few things wrong. Oh no, maybe it is possible that it gave us a base truck which doesn't even have a retarder. Yeah, then it does not slow down. Once you touch the brake once, your cruise control will reset automatically. So you have to reset it, because it goes up. Especially for longer trips, you just you go on the highway, you put it on 84 or something. 80 is usually the limit. Some countries 90, then you can just go full throttle. Oh, it does have a retarder, but it doesn't work very well though. The AI, yeah, depends from country to country. In some countries, they look like they're gonna hit you, and then they suddenly stop and they give way to you. In other countries, they do not give way at all. So yeah, also that's something you need to learn over time. I don't know what they gave me here, but I am going full throttle at 30 km/h uphill. I think they gave me the base of the base here. That's what you have with the quick jobs. They give you a truck. Yeah, it can be like a base truck with 300 horsepower, or it can be a fully upgraded truck with 750 horsepower. it's always a bit of a gamble. Didn't we select Cologne? It's sending me to Liège. Okay, whatever. We'll do Liège then. Liège industrial zone, more specifically. It's not the city is another exit. We have discovered Liège. Now, if you approach Sun City, in this case you don't have your own truck, so you cannot drive around in free roam yet. So if you see some stuff like a question mark where there might be a dealer or recruitment agency or something, just drive on. You can always do that during the job. You can drive there and try to discover it in a way. Wherever you drive, you have grey roads on your map. Wherever you drive, you see it goes yellow. Same goes for companies. If you really want to get like the whole map done or something, then you can drive on those companies if you want to. Like here we have a garage. If you want to buy it, you can stop there and buy it. Obviously not advisable. With 2,000 euros you're not going to buy much. Seeing these things cost you 180,000 euros. And of course you're driving a truck, so always go a bit wider on your turns, because your trailer is following, or is supposed to follow. Yeah, I don't have advanced parking, that's pretty clear, because I need to drive in this thing here every time and select this. I want to put that up afterwards. If you put that thing off, then you don't need to stop here. Then you can you drive up that thing, you will immediately have that thing marked there. Thank goodness we're out of this Iveco, because you can skip the parking you want. We do not do that. That's exactly why we drive, you know. Just drive like this somewhere. Put the lean camera on and off we go. Most trucks have like 2 gears in reverse. Also, yeah, you need to be a bit... Some of the trailers might have some steering trailers. Then you're gonna have to approach it differently, more straight. Like this one has... I think the last rears of that trailer are actually helping me steer here. So I needed to approach a bit closer and more straightforward. You just push it in there slowly, more or less. And that's it. You press T, you deliver, you get your job. And of course you get paid for driving, because it's not your truck. But hey, here we go. Probably will reach a level 1 already. We are a newbie. Oh boy. And here we have it. We reached our first level, which means we get our first skill point. And now you can select where you want to put that. Do you want it here? And say like, okay, I want longer trips. You go for long distance. You want more value. They will pay a little bit more. Fragile also pays a bit more. Just-in-time deliveries, those are usually a bit shorter trips in time. So you're gonna have to push it a little bit sometimes to be in time, especially if you. I think there are yellow arrows and red arrows. If you have a red arrow, that's pretty pressured in time. You don't want to have any detours or anything like that, or miss an exit or so, because then you will be late and you will get fined. Eco driving, if you want to drive economic, this is whatever you like. It doesn't matter that much. You're gonna have to go through those levels. Once you have level 36, you will have all of these available. Do you want to drive some more dangerous goods? You can select this one and so on. You can remove them. You can add them. You can do. If you say like, okay, I want to do more value, then you can put it here and take it off later. I usually go for long distance as my first one, and then you apply it. And once you reach level 2, you can do the stuff again. Other than that, you have a whole menu here. You have the bank. We have the recruitment agency. You can buy garages online if you want. You have your garage manager, your driver manager, your trailer manager, your truck manager. If you want to buy some trucks, you're going to go to the truck dealers, which is over here. Later on, I think when you reach level 5 or level 10, you can also buy trailers, your own trailers for your own company. You can customize all that stuff as well, your truck as your trailer, so you can sort of link them all, that it looks, and that's where those markets comes in. At this moment, seeing we do not have a truck, we can't do much except for quick jobs. That's it. Once you have your own truck, you get a freight market available. You pick up a trailer somewhere, then you're gonna have to drive there and pick it up, and then deliver it, and then drive away again, because once you have your own truck, you're driving around in free roam. Then it becomes an open world game in a way. External market, or the external contracts, is the World of Trucks. If you have your profile linked to the World of Trucks, you will also have external contracts available. What is the difference between those two? I think the World of Trucks pays a little bit more, but you are limited to 90 kilometers an hour. With the freight market, you can do 110 kilometers an hour. Depends what you want. In the multiplayer, it's kind of, we go always for external, and that's why we all have our account linked to World of Trucks. Why? Because if you play with your friends, if you do external, you can all take the same job. You can all take that same contract, you go to the same place, you pick up the same trailer, you deliver to the same company. If you have to do freight market with your friends on multiplayer, it's a bit of a problem, because you're all going to have a different transport, and that one might be in the next town or something like that. If it's not too far away, it doesn't matter that much. You drive most of the time in the same direction, but yeah, World of Trucks is more interesting. Once you have your own trailer, then you do not need to go pick up the trailers, then you need to go load your trailer, and then you need to go to the either to the cargo market, which is sort of the goods market from the freight side, or you go to external market, which is the goods market for the World of Trucks. At this moment, we have nothing to choose than quick job, because we don't have our own truck. We do have 2 mails meanwhile, as you can see here. Let's have a look what's going on. The first one is from a Scania dealer, because we have selected in our profile the preferred brand being Scania, and that's what I mentioned before. It gives you your first garage or showroom where you can visit it and buy trucks potentially. Need money? We can help you. The first mail from the bank is here. You can click on the bank and you will see they offer you 100,000. So in theory, although we only have 4,000 in our account, we can loan 100,000. If you do a loan of 100,000, you need to pay 2,800 a day back. Every 24 hours, it will automatically take 2,800 from your budget. That's not a big deal. Most transports, well, in the beginning it might be, you might have to do like 2 transports or so to be able to pay back the bank. At a certain moment, you don't need to worry about the bank anymore, obviously. But I would just wait. Is it level 3 or, because I can't remember that we got it this early. We are just level 1, so maybe they have changed that over time. I think in the beginning it was level 3 and level 5 or so when you get the bank mails. But now we are just level 1 and we already get the first mail. So yeah, we will see. It's level 3, level 5. You will get another mail, and then you will be able to borrow 500,000. Doesn't mean that you need to do that, but then you can, yeah, you can play around a bit. You need to see. I would not loan 500,000 5 times, because then you're gonna have to repay more than when you, for instance, loan 400,000 at once. Because yeah, if you loan 100,000 2 times, that's already 5,600, 700 something. If you loan 400,000 at once, you have to pay 5,700 a day. So you can get 2 times the amount of money for the same repay price. So yeah, I usually go for the 400,000, and then you keep the other 100,000 on the side in case you ever need it to loan it. Because yeah, once you have enough money, you can also instantly repay the whole thing. That is also possible. Or you can just let it economically run out like it is in real life, and you just pay every day, every time you drive, you pay your 5,000 a day or whatever till you have repaid your 400,000. Those are all options. It also tells you that there are new upgrades available. That is the second thing. Every time you level up, you will unlock some stuff. And you will unlock it not only for Scania, you will also unlock it for Renault. We have 2 light buys already. Mercedes, MAN, couple of light bars, Iveco. Every time you level up, you will unlock something in some of the trucks. You can always look here in the vehicle browser. And there you can experiment. You can check all kind of trailers that they have available. All the different ones. You can look around on the trailer browser, and you can also go into the truck browser. Because yeah, you don't have a truck, you don't know what's going on. But you can sort of, you cannot drive this, but you can play around a little bit with it to give you an idea. You can select whatever you want. Scania S, okay, fine. You can make it low roof, high roof. You have all the different axles. This is a 4x2. Eventually, you want to end up with this, obviously. You want to get the 8x4 so that you can carry all kind of transport. This axle can go up or down. This is a steering axle. If you have a long trailer or a heavy trailer, you can put that wheel on the ground, and then you have some extra steering because it's self-steering axle, this one. And this one carries more weight, obviously. If you do a 4x2 and you do a very heavy transport, you might have some issues. You will not move that fast. But yeah, all these things, they unlock, you can see it here, level 16, level 14, level 12. You have to go through your levels to unlock everything available. Engine-wise, also here, eventually you want to end up with the 730. Gearboxes, you want to end up with this one, I think. Can't see the prices. It's usually the one which is 19,000 euros. That is the best one. But yeah, even with a shifter like this one is 12 plus 2. Good luck with your 8 gears in your shifter. In your 8 shifter, these trucks have 14, 16, 18 gears. So you need a special. There are some shifters out there, just specifically for trucks, where you have some levers to go for the high gears and the low gears and stuff like that. You can do it probably. I think the 8 shifter, for instance, from Thrustmaster also has one of those buttons. But you also have proper truck shifters, which you can adjust to your Thrustmaster shifter if you want. Yeah, in interior standard exclusive, you can put some more wood on it if you want, or exclusive for the V8. That is obviously for the 16-liter engine. You have I think in Scania you have a 13-liter engine and a 16-liter. The 16 liters are V8, the 13 liters are 6 cylinders. And then here, also here, you can see all the DLCs that I have from paint jobs here now. I can unselect them to give you an idea of the standards if I want, but so all these color things that you see here, there are stuff like this. Is the livery that I have on my truck, I think. This is Mighty Griffin pack. You need to buy the Scania pack to be able to get this. These kind of things, they come from the Special Transport DLC. We have some from Goodyear. I have the Goodyear pack. We have some other stuff. available. I don't even know. Year of the Dog. Oh, this is the Lunar Pack. The Chinese thing. Chinese New Year. Chinese horoscope thing. You have some other paints. These are all around, I think. Can you actually see that? Oh yeah, you can see it. Like, these are the standard ones. Here I see a Belgian flag. That is because of the Belgian paint. This is a Pirates paint pack, I think. These are all normal. Also, these are special colors for Scania. This is probably Mighty Griffin pack. This is another pack that I have available. The Stars and Stripes things there, I think. This is the Iberian Hunt with the current cruising event. If you complete your personal goal of 20 transports in Iberia, being Spain or Portugal, this is the reward that you get. One of them. You get. You also get some links for interior, I think. So you get the links on your door. And once we have reached the 250 million kilometers with the community, you will get some other rewards. Rewards needs to be claimed on World of Trucks, my page. You link them to your Steam and then you can redeem them there, and then they will put them in game, as you can see. That's what popped up when I started this thing here. And then, yeah, you go into the exterior customization, light bars, front blinders, visors, sort of plastic, chrome, in paint, all kind of emblems. This is also a Mighty Griffin and Raven pack, I think. Yeah, these are all DLCs you can pick up for a couple of bucks. You can adjust it as much as you want. You can spend hours and hours in this garage thing. You can put on some lights to see if it's working. You can put all of that stuff up to have a better look. You can take a picture. You can get the 360 camera. You can move the camera with your right mouse button, or you can turn it with your left mouse button. You can sort of go all around. And you can even click on the footsteps. And then I think you can walk around even. I don't know how that works. Oh yeah, there you go. So you can walk around your truck if you want. That's all. Yeah, you have 1001 options, even in the menu or in the garage. You can play around a bit to see what you want. And then once you buy your own truck and you start unlocking all these things, then you already have a good idea what you want, and you can do that for every brand over here in the vehicle browser. Photo Studio, there you can take 1001 screenshots in the Photo Studio. You can share them on Steam. You can more or less manage your photos here in the Photo Studio. You can also create some sort of, let's have a look in this. Yeah, you have a screenshot manager. You have an image spotlight. You can go into photo mode, play around with that once you are out there on the world. It's pretty advanced photo mode as well. Once you are driving, you can take pictures. Radio. Yeah, you have all kind of radio stations, online radio from different countries, as you can see. Just scrolling through them. Yeah, not advisable. You can select music player if you have your own playlist or your own songs somewhere on your hard disk. You can put them in the documents folder of Eurotruck. You will be able to find them here. You can play your own songs. All possible in the radio option here. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can change your profile. That's what we did in the beginning. Save and load is also advisable. You can save always the game. It will. There is an auto mode, which automatically saves some things. From time to time, I would do manual saves as well if I was you. And other than that, that is sort of what it is at the moment. Now let's change the profile. This is sort of going through the steps, as this is the first thing that you see when you start the game. And now you can select my main driver, continue the game. .90 something what levels later. You can see there's a live event going that goes away from the World of Trucks, which means you have to do external contracts in Spain or Portugal, either from or to one of those Spanish or Portuguese cities. If you do 20, then you have your personal goal completed. And in total, keep driving them if you want to contribute for the community. We need 250 million kilometers. 158 million at the moment. We are, I think, about... When did the Iberia release? I think on Thursday. So yeah, we're about 4 days in. We have done 158 million with the community. If you want to talk about the community, you get one in Euro Truck, that's for sure. Also, Steam community available. You have forums all over the place. You have Discords all over the place. You have several streamers out there who are doing Euro Truck. For instance, Craftmaster every single day, I think. You get the idea, and then once you have your own truck, you just click on drive, and you can drive wherever you are. I don't even know where I am at the moment. We'll see where it puts us. Now it's reloading this profile. It puts us in Brussels. This is my Scania. As you can see, I got my own license plate, customized on the World of Trucks. It will load it in there. I have all kind of stuff from Mighty Griffin that I put on there. For instance, the paint job is a Mighty Griffin paint. The chrome on the side is also from the Mighty Griffin pack. You can pick up these packs for like 99 cents or whatever, you know. If you have, you can always check it the whole year long. If you have a few bucks on the side, you can just always buy these things. Other than that, I have Michelin tires because I have the Michelin pack, stuff like that. But other than that, it's pretty... Yep. This is a fully upgraded Scania, more or less. Let's see, what else do we have? No, I don't want to buy a garage. Garage manager is what I need. But yeah, you just have to, when you start a new profile, even like now I have a profile, obviously. This thing is level 93 or 4 or whatever. I have my drivers 116 at the moment. I have my trucks around 120 trucks. I bought a couple of new Renaults, which came in the game last week. The new Renault truck was more or less released in this game. It was not available in real life yet. They sort of did some community campaign in a way. So the Renault truck released last Tuesday, I think, in this game, and then of course also in real life. So it was sort of a unique situation. And I also have a bunch of trailers. So I more or less gave all my drivers... Schwarzmüller is also a trailer pack, by the way. So I gave them a new Renault truck, and I gave them more or less a matching trailer, which fits in the same colors. Once you have your colors done, it will all save it in your fleet configurations. Let's see if we can visit a garage. Truck dealers. Let's visit a Scania garage. You just click on one and you can visit it. Or you can buy online if you want. So yeah, that's where it all starts. You come here, you can scroll through these different stock offers. That's what they have available. Yeah, in the beginning, of course, there's not much you're going to be able to get there. You can probably get like the first 2 or so. Let's see what it costs. Yeah, this thing, just like it is here, a 4x2 lowest engine, which is, let's have a look, 360 horsepower. Yeah, that is that's the best thing you're going to get, even for a Scania. The list price is 112,000 euros. So even if you loan that first 100,000 from that first mail from the bank, as I said, it's not advisable. You will not have enough money. I think I had like, what was it, 3,000-4,000 euros on the account there, on the new account. if I loan 100,000 from the bank, I have 104,000. Would not even be good enough to buy the most basic Scania. So that's not something you want to do. You want to wait on that second mail from the bank and loan 300,000-400,000, and then you can buy whatever you want. You're gonna have to go with a 4x2 because the rest will not be unlocked. But you will be able, especially if you have some DLC paint jobs or whatever, you will be able to customize at least your truck a little bit. And eventually you end up with either the R. This is the newest R or the newest S from Scania, and the same goes for the other brands. You're always gonna have to start with some stuff. Once you have some things bought, you can change the stock offers into your fleet, and then it will show you all your fleet trucks that you have. I have 5 of those, I have 5 of those. Got 5 of those sitting somewhere in the garage. I got obviously my truck. I bought a few more for my drivers. So these are all the Scanias that I have with the different paint jobs that I did on them. And it will more or less save all that. So you just go, if you want to buy a new truck, you click on fleet, and then you can just, if you want to have the same truck that you have created, you might spend like a couple of hours in your garage to come up with something that you liked. It will save it, and next time if you want to buy another one of those, you can just buy it the way you have created it before. It keeps your trucks, and the same goes for the trailers. Trailers also, here you have stock offers. Standard Krone is a DLC pack. Krone trailers, same goes for Schwarzmüller. You can play around a bit with that if you want. These are the standard trailers. You have flatbeds, you have curtain siders, you have wooden floor loggers, you have a tank, you have some other stuff, a low loader, a dry freighter, some refrigerators here or there insulated. You have double ones as well if you have any of the DLCs, because I've noticed that also in the latest Iberia DLC you sort of have some B doubles driving around, meaning that's sort of one trailer and a half. Also here, once you have done some stuff, it will remember. You can just select your fleet configurations, and you get all the wooden floor beds that I have. This is obviously the matching paint for my Scanias. This is for my Mercedeses. This is for another Scania, I think. You can sort of create some matching paint towards the truck that you have, and then it sort of fits. In theory, you should be able, if you give a few of them to your drivers, you should be able to see them on the world as well, but I haven't seen that yet. So you could run into one of your drivers with one of your trucks with your paints on the road there, but yeah, things like these double flatbeds, that is mostly in Finland, I think. As you can see, these ones here, the HETs, is only in Finland that you can find them. 18-wheelers or whatever it is. These are also insulated B doubles, Scandinavia somewhere, Denmark or something. I think I have them sitting with the matching paint job for my MAN trucks. These are my Volvo somewhere, and some more double trailers for my Scania. Matching my Scania more or less. Sort of the same as for the trucks. It keeps your fleet configurations once you have figured it out, so that you don't have to redo the wheels and all that kind of stuff. You just select this one and you can just buy it, and then you have another one. You don't have to play around with these colors and customizations every time. Whenever you do one, it will keep it in your fleet configurations, and the next time you want to buy something, it's available. So spend some time on it one time, save it, and then you can buy. You can drive with 100 of the same trucks if you want. But in theory, you should be able to see them. You can always go to your truck manager, click on map view, it can give you a pretty good idea where your drivers are. This guy is going from Faro to Szeged in Hungary. So he's now in Venice. So we know he's going to go to Hungary. So you could, for instance, you could go to a garage here somewhere and maybe you can see him on the road there somewhere. Many of my new drivers, well, and also of my old drivers by the looks of it, are going visit Iberia as well. Half my fleet is sitting, well, not half my fleet, I think I have 120 trucks, but I think there are like 10-15 trucks driving around in Spain at the moment. So they are exploring the new DLC as well, my drivers. I have only 2 in the UK here. I do have a company somewhere in the UK, so yeah, they're all over the place. Finland, Russia, Estonia, Lithuania, Poland, Hungary. We have some guys in Turkey here. We have a few in Bulgaria, Romania. Some guys are down the boot in Italy. Yeah, you can see where your trucks are. And some of them will be resting, obviously. Not all 120 trucks are on the road. That's sort of what is happening here. So eventually, yeah, you have your progress history. I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's sort of, you can see, yeah, we are legend now. I don't know what the next thing is. Every 10 levels or whatever, you get a new name. You start off as a newbie, but then it moves up to skilled driver and pro driver and legend. We are now king of the road or something. I think you also have at one moment. Now, other than that, the kilometers, they are pretty much accurate, I think. 400,000 I have done. That could be very well possible. Yeah, the total game time spent, once you start going on Truckers MP with your profile, that thing goes up like crazy. Yeah, that's some sort of bug, I think. Playing time 470 hours, that's probably pretty accurate. I think I spent some more time in here though. I think according to my Steam, I have like 890 hours or something in this game. Not that much. Because yeah, it's one of those games you can always go back to, leave it be for a few weeks and then go back and yeah. I think I bought it in about 2015, something like that. Maybe 2016. And then although it was from 2013, I sort of catched up step by step. Whenever we have some money available, I bought some map expansions or some other DLCs. And I sort of catched up and now, since a year or two, I'm completely up to date with it. I have all the DLCs. And a couple of days ago, I bought the latest Iberia one. And some other stuff that I didn't have from paint jobs that were available. I don't buy it. I usually, when there is a new DLC, I check the DLCs that came out that year. Every year they drop in a few paint jobs or whatever, and then you just add them to your list when you are buying the new DLC. These paint jobs and so it's like, yeah, it's like €0.5, €1, something like that. You can make it as cheap or expensive as you want. We're gonna leave it at this, I think. Sort of an update on the game. Skill points, yeah, as you can see, completely filled in. Once you are level 36, you have everything available. Then you don't have to worry about anything of that. And the rest, we sort of had an overview. Diagnostics, you can see what's going on. You will always have some tire wear, some engine wear. So whenever you go to a repair shop, you will always have to pay a couple of thousand or so to repair. Even just for driving, doesn't mean you have to, yeah, if you hit something or something, it can get quite expensive. If you have a full crash here or there, it can be 60, 70, 80,000. If you crash with a helicopter on your trailer or so, it can go up to a few 100,000. So you want to drive a little bit normal. That is something, especially if you're in Truckers MP. Some of those kids out there, they don't care for anything. They drive all over the place. They think it's a racing game. And you see some things, strange things happening there from time to time. If you really act like an idiot, you will not last long on the Truckers MP. You get banned for a week pretty quickly. if you do some crazy stuff. The second time you get banned for a month, then you get 3 months, and eventually you just get banned. And it's an email ban, account ban, which means you can forget about playing ever on the Truckers MP again, unless you buy a new game. That's more or less what it comes down to. They don't joke around with it, but yeah, it's a simulation game. You're not supposed to act like an idiot, which I can assure you a bunch of kids out there are trying to do, but they never last long. You very often see when you're driving in Truckers MP, you can sort of get the feed from what is going on the log, and yeah, you very often see this guy is out for 3 days, this guy is out for 5 days. It's like a daily thing there, but in general, it's specifically yeah, you had like that road from Calais to Duisburg, which was a crazy road. There are like hundreds of players hanging out there doing crazy stuff. Usually they are going very quickly there on that road. But now, yeah, the world always expands, so also people move other places from time to time. Some people take it pretty serious and they drive as normal as you can drive it. Other people drive like idiots, like in any game. More or less up to date was a quick stream / video. That's why I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to export this to YouTube. What if you buy this game in 2021? Well, still advisable, especially now. Everything is on promotion for like 70% or whatever. It's a relaxing game, especially once the Trucker MP is available. You can drive with your friends. And if not, you can always have some fun in the single player. Patch 1.40 we are driving currently, and the latest DLC is Iberia, which came out a couple of days ago. I can, for instance, do this as well. Go to my mod manager, make the pro mods available, make them active, confirm the changes, continue the game. And that is also, especially if you use like map mods or something, always advisable to save your game. I have 2 saves. I have one when the mod is activated. I have one when that mod is not activated. That's always advisable to do that. But I'll give you an idea. Pro mods 2.52. Also these things, they update obviously. I haven't played since the Iberia yet with the pro mods, but I'm assuming it overrules the Iberia area with the new DLC being out there. It will overrule what we had in Spain, I'm assuming. It's updating, it will take a while. We'll see if it works. I haven't tested it yet. They sometimes also need a few days to update, but when you boot it up the first time, it will take a while. So don't think you're stuck or something. It will go continue. Please wait, it says. So we'll wait. It's only the first time though. It's loading some new stuff in the files, and then it will go. But it takes a while the first time, and it is the first time now, sorta after the Iberia, that I started up with pro mods. There it goes. Game change detected, obviously, because Iberia came in. But to give you an idea, with the pro mods active, you see it. I have to reboot apparently, or it's not updated yet because it did not overrule the Iberia. So it still have only this here in Spain, or I have to reboot. That might be possible. It also has former Yugoslavia, sort of. It has Cyprus available as well. We have some more cities all over the place. Like for instance in Belgium we have Antwerp, a couple of new French cities which are not on the normal map. And as I mentioned before, we have also the north of Scotland and Ireland. We have Iceland, Faroe Island, more north into Sweden and Norway and Russia as well. That is sort of the pro mod, so yeah. A bunch of new cities around here as well. We have Georgia over here, and so on. I also noticed that the map names are in the local language, I think. You can all change that as well if you want in the menu. You can, if you just want everything in English, you can put it in English. Like it is now, I think. I have Cologne here, but you can just put it on local language and then it will just say Köln. It will just say in Germany the names will be in German, in France the names will be in French, and so on. That sort of gives you an idea what the difference is with when the pro mode is activated. You get more countries and more cities, more or less. Other than that, game is exactly the same. If you have the pro modes activated, you probably want to do freight market only. Because the World of Trucks doesn't recognize some of the cities, because yeah, you have more cities available in with its mod available. And the World of Trucks is more or less the official, so just keep it to freight market. And if you use your own trailer, use cargo market. Use those two markets. That's always the best. I don't even know if it does give you externals. Oh yeah, it does actually. Yeah, over here it might, but I had some issue the other day. I was in Finland, picked up one of those double trailers. I drove to the boat I had to deliver in Sweden. That was a problem. The game didn't allow me to take the boat. And then I cancelled the job. And the problem was not the trailer, because I cancelled the job and I could go to Sweden with my long ass trailer. So there was a problem with that job. So if you do freight market, there is no problem at all. Or you just don't put the mod active. That's why I probably will use that new profile that I have now. I will use that when I drive with the pro mods, and then my normal profile I will just drive without pro mods. That's also keeps it separated a bit. But by the looks of it, either I have to reboot or pro mods has not updated yet. Because otherwise it should recognize that I have Iberia here and it doesn't overrule it. So for now, till it's updated, I will keep it up for now. I might check it later to see. So we'll deactivate them. Confirm the changes. Start it up again and see what happens. Yeah, and now it's gonna say like, hey dude, what's going on? And then I have two saves sitting here somewhere. I have one with the mods active and I have one with the mods not active. So now we go back to what I saved yesterday, I think. I usually, before I stop the game, I do a save. That's always the best. So it will probably not recognize my new profile that I did today, but that's fine. This was just for video purposes. Seeing I have all my trucks available and all that kind of stuff, I don't really want to start a new profile. Go through that whole procedure of quick jobs and all that kind of stuff again. Yesterday or the day before I drove a bit, so I did a save from that. Let's have a look again. Yeah, there we go. We have the map available again. So it seems like either I have to reboot or ProMods has not updated yet. Also that's what you have with mods. They also have to update, obviously. Pro mods very quickly normally. Not too sure what's going on with the Truckers MP though. You can play, obviously, the Truckers MP if you want to play with your friends. Let me have a look. What is supported again? 1.39.4.5 is you have to launch that from a different stuff. So how do you do that? You go to your library in Steam. You click on Euro Truck. You right click on it. You go to Properties, and then you will see betas and stuff like that. You can check it. Updates and let me have a look here. With this new menu thing here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, you click on betas and then you can scroll down here, and you look 139. You click on that, and you check it, and then it will roll back your game to 1.39, and then you can play the multiplayer if you want. I have no intention in doing that. I like to have my games updated. What was he doing? None. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, we'll just wait till the multiplayer is updated, and then we'll do some transports with our jobs. Next to that, some transports with our friends as well, of course. Next to that, you have a bunch of achievements. As you can see, I'm not there yet, because now with the new DLC, it also came with some Steam achievements. These are the ones that I've done, and these are the ones that I'm still doing. I'm not so sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. 6 achievements that came along with the Iberia DLC. One of them is visit all 49 cities. You need to visit 11 container harbors somewhere in Iberia. You have to deliver ADR, dangerous goods, more or less, to all solar panel centrals, which apparently are 5 because it says 0 of 5. You have to visit all the shipyards, which are 4. You have to deliver transports starting in Lisboa, Sevilla and Pamplona to La Coruña. So that's more of a specific one. You have to do 3, and then you have to visit what they have added here now is some sort of viewpoints, and apparently there are 15. If you discover those viewpoints, you can drive there and you can get some cinematic trailer, whatever you want to call it, cutscene. I visited 1, and I think I found 2 so far, but there are 15. So yeah, we have to explore the map a little bit more. And things like that you can do, yeah, as you can see. There are many of them. The base map comes already with like a bunch of them, and then every DLC gives you some extra Steam achievements. I've done about 78% now, so yeah. We still have some work to do. We'll leave it at this. That's sort of how to start in 2021 with Euro Truck. More or less like it is all the time, but we went over the basics, and then from that moment on, especially once you have your own truck, yeah, you can just drive around. You can just drive around with your truck if you want to explore some roads. But yeah, you have job markets available at all times. 1001 jobs available, you can always find something. Or you can just stay out of the menu and do it properly simulation, meaning you just go out in the world, you drive to a company, and you see what they have available. You pick one up there, and off you go. Deliver it wherever they want it delivered. Those are all the options. I might be back later on with some more live footage, but for now we'll keep it at this so that I can export this almost 2 hours. Yeah, that's already pretty long for a YouTube video, but it will be what it is. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.